Welcome everyone. I am going to start now. So nice to see so many women sign up. I have 103 women sign up for today. And it's just such a relevant topic. And I congratulate you for signing up and showing up. And I hope that you will take away something today from this webinar, which is going to improve your life and your family's lives. So I always like to start my webinars with some kind of breath work and grounding. Plus, I'm going to light a candle to set an intention for all of you. And we are creating this space. And this is a sacred container. This is the candle. And the wish, we all get to make our own wish with this candle. So when we do the breath work, we will go into an intention setting exercise where you set your own intention for today's call. And then we will get into the session. So I invite you all to sit comfortably. Have your back straight. You can keep your hands in your lap and close your eyes. And just bring your attention to your breath. Notice how it feels cool when you inhale and warm as you exhale. Now take a deep breath in through the nose and release through the mouth with a sigh. One more time. Last time. And keep one hand on your chest, one on your belly. And just notice, where are you breathing in? When we are relaxed, we breathe in all the way to the belly. And when we are stressed, we do chest breathing. Just observe yourself without any judgment. And bring yourself down in, bring your awareness to your belly. And try to take a deep breath into your belly. Keep it relaxed. Don't force the breath. Keep it relaxed. Now you can release your hands. Keep your eyes closed. Remove all the hats you've been wearing. You're not a wife, mother, partner, daughter. Just remove all the hats and say hello to your soul. And ask yourself, what are you really seeking? Just think about it. Set that intention for yourself. And may this webinar or the day or maybe the next couple of weeks give you some guidance on your intention. Now connect with the God of your heart, and with their blessings, when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Okay. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's very exciting. So my name is Anumeha Gupta. You can call me Anu. And I am an Ayurvedic wellness counselor as well as Theta healer and yoga teacher. And more than that, I am a mother. I have 2 children. One is a middle schooler, 14 years old, and then a 10-year-old daughter. I have been married for more than 18 years. The reason I speak about anger is because this has been my own journey. I have struggled for a long time, and if I have your permission, I would like to share a personal story. I hope I have your permission. I see a few heads nodding.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. So I noticed that when I became a mother, I started becoming really angry. And my kids used to push my buttons in ways I have never experienced before. And there's a tiny voice telling you, don't react, don't react, don't react, but you still react. And then when you react, then it comes the guilt and remorse, and then it just becomes a vicious cycle. So anyway, I think the turning point for me was one day when my son refused to switch off the iPad. And I kept telling him, and he just refused. I remember walking from my room to his room and thinking in my head, I'm not doing a good job. I'm not a good mother. A mother is not supposed to allow her child to watch so much screen, and his future is going to be ruined. Things become so much bigger in your head. And I walked and I got so upset that I picked up the iPad and I flung it on the bed. I was very strategic, but it bounced off the bed and it stopped working. And then my son was crying, my daughter came, she started crying, and then I was crying, and it was not a very happy situation, let me say that. And that's when I felt my kids becoming more disconnected with me. And I felt like, when you become a mother or any relationship you have, you really want to enjoy that relationship, but somewhere the anger comes in between. And I said, this has to change. And next day, like always, my son fell sick. This was another pattern I saw. So to change it, I started doing a lot of inner work. I went to healers, Ayurveda, yoga, whatever I could find. I had to understand why I was getting so angry. And I had to work with the cause. So with all the work that I did day by day, I'm very happy to share with you today that actually my relationship with my kids has improved a huge amount. They had started lying to me. They were so scared. So that has changed. They even share personal details with me now. And I think more than anything, I find their confidence has changed. So whether you have kids or not, even for ourselves, I can now wake up feeling so much lighter. Whereas in the past, I have woken up feeling so heavy, so guilty. And that's really a vicious cycle. That guilt makes us more angry. We are trapped. So my wish today is that, first of all, to be of service to you. I have shared some of the nuggets of my own learnings. And I have kept time for Q&A as well, because I would love to answer some of your questions. So having said that, let's get into the presentation, okay? If you have any questions, you can ask me later. You can just note them. I will have some time for the questions. I'm just going to present my screen. Give me a minute. Yeah. Okay. So women, it's time to release anger before it consumes you. That's the topic. I already told you. So put it in the chat. How many of you have had a tiny voice telling you not to react, but you react anyway? Put a yes in the chat if you've experienced this. Absolutely, absolutely. So many yeses. Yeah. Thank you. And then how many of you have tried breath work? counting till 10, endless parenting techniques. And but they are not sustainable. And when we are angry, nothing can stop us. Put a yes in the chat if you agree with this as well. Absolutely. I have been there. And for me, I had to throw something to calm down. It was so uncontrollable. So I had become very good at choosing the right thing to throw and the right place to target so it doesn't break. Awesome. So this is our tribe, ladies. This is our tribe. Okay. So today, the goal is understand hidden triggers of anger, learn its impact on your body as well as on our future generations. We will experience a simple practice later. It's a meditation to release anger, and we'll have Q&A, and I will take a little time to just share if you want to work with me one-on-one, how does that look? Okay. So a study by Gallup World Poll in 100 countries shows that today more women are getting angry than men, especially after the pandemic. And another research shows that women are less expressive than men, which is even more cause for worry. Imagine if you're just bottling up all that anger. There's enough research to show that anger and resentment causes heart issues, stomach problems, liver issues, BP, GI issues, circulatory issues, skin disorders, and rheumatoid arthritis. So when we carry anger for long, it manifests in our body, and now it shows up as health issues because we are storing that emotion in our body. So as per Vayana Steibel, who's the founder of Theta Healing technique, when we store resentments, regrets, or rejections, they affect our liver, lungs, and kidneys. There's a direct correlation. So what are these hidden triggers of anger? And I'm just going to give you all a minute to put in the chat, what do you think triggers your anger? And put it for everyone so that everyone can learn from each other. Unable to be understood. Yeah, the chat takes a little while. Fear, anxiety, absolutely. Have a lot of resentment. Yeah. Yeah, not able to find time to unwind. Absolutely, we are tired to the bone. Being active by my past and feeling powerless. Yes. We carry our past with us, right? We even carry our ancestors on our back. Falling short, and that judgment, that voice that comes and says, you've not done enough, you're not good enough, you could have done better. That inner critique, which doesn't let us sleep. When I can't take a break, nice. When you ask someone in the family to do a chore and they repeatedly don't do it, so now you're negotiating, you're following up. Yeah. Not feeling supported. Great. These are all such valid answers. Thank you for sharing. I love our participative audience. Okay. So let us also see some more hidden causes of anger. Okay. This is my learning mainly from Ayurveda and, of course, my own experience, bodily discomfort. Did you know that there are more incidents of road rage in summer rather than other months, other seasons? So when it is too hot, we can get triggered. So keeping cool is a great idea. Hunger. I had a client once who was on a very strict diet. She wanted to lose weight and she was on a gluten-free diet. Now, the thing is, she had 2 children and they were continuously pushing her buttons. At the same time, she was depriving herself of food that gave her comfort, that she enjoyed, all that she was depriving herself. So this was a fatal combination. If you notice, when we are hungry, we are very quick to react. So that's another reason. Uncomfortable clothes. This might be a surprise to some people, but if you have a scratchy tag, or you wear this beautiful dress, but it doesn't feel good on your skin, that can over time, that can actually make you irritable without you realizing. And then lack of sleep. Some of you said not enough rest. Yes. And sleep is like, it's not just sleeping 8 hours is enough. No. Sleep is actually having deep rejuvenative sleep where you wake up and you feel absolutely fresh. That's what we want. So that's number one. Number two, Rajasic food. So Rajasic food is, so in Ayurveda, there's Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic food. Rajasic food is this food that has an energy which causes agitation in us. So if we have more of this food, it increases anger, lust, ambition, all these feelings which are very, which have this energy of very active energy, you can say. Okay. That agitative, active energy, it goes up when we eat more of onions, garlic, spicy chilies, white sugar, eggs, or caffeine, and there are some more as well. I have personally noticed that if I'm traveling on a holiday and we are eating out every day, towards the end of the trip, I will start getting more irritable and having conflict with my family. So food is like very silent. We don't even recognize its effect on our mind, but it is there. And it's a very powerful, subtle but powerful effect. Okay. The third one is social media. So many of us are on social media and we are seeing pictures of people doing well and everything is so beautiful and happy. And we keep seeing that, and somewhere we start feeling worthless. And, we feel like, my gosh, I'm the only one who's struggling. Everyone seems to be doing great. So this is a very subtle cause for us actually feeling angry. We are frustrated with ourselves and we start getting angry. So here I think the best is to minimize and avoid social media. That is one of the best things we can do. Or be very, use your discretion in what you are actually consuming. Okay. So any questions till now? I just realized I can't see people for some reason. 1 second. When I present to you guys, yeah. And I've also written in my notes that nuclear families, we are all now in nuclear families, because of which we don't have connection. There's a lot of loneliness. We don't feel supported. And if you're an immigrant in the US, more so. Whereas women are built for connection. Now let me see why I cannot see you guys. Yeah, now I can see. So looks like no one has a question right now. Yes. So does it mean we don't need 8 hours of sleep to rejuvenate? There is no hard and fast rule that you need 8 hours. And there's no need to even count how many hours we got. When so many people, keep a count. Did I get my 8 hours of sleep? That really doesn't matter. If we've had a lot of stress in the day, we need more sleep to process it. If we haven't had a stressful day, it's been nice and with ease and grace, we've lived that day, then we don't really need so much sleep. The main thing is to actually get to bed by 10:30 p.m. That is a really good time to get to sleep, so you get quality sleep. That quality is very important. And how do you know you got quality sleep? Is when you wake up, you find you are fresh, excited for the day. You don't need coffee to wake up. So these are the signs. Thank you, Suma, for that question. I'm going to now move on and I'll have more time later. Let's present. Great. So now I come to a very, very big reason. This is a huge reason, and that is our subconscious. So our conscious mind is our logical mind, where we are thinking rationally and taking decisions. So this is something in our control. Subconscious mind is, which is like on automatic. So we are breathing automatically. Once you learn to drive, you can drive almost automatically. So all that is being done by our subconscious. What happens is that we also store our beliefs in our subconscious. Now, subconscious mind actually runs 90% of our life. We create the life around us by our subconscious. So consciously, no matter what you think, oh, it's bad to be angry, or no, I don't want to be reactive, I want to be responsive. You're thinking all this consciously. But subconsciously, you might have a different belief around anger. Subconsciously, you might believe that anger protects you, or anger gets your job done. Like, how many of us have experienced that if you're angry, people very quickly do what they need to do? Anger brings me respect. So there are a lot of these beliefs that we carry in our subconscious mind. And this is what creates our reality. So I'm going to share a story here. I had a client who came who was very angry. She was so angry and she had actually gone into depression. So the reason was that she had been stood up at the altar by her fiancé. And you can imagine how angry she was. So while we were doing the session, she just said one thing. That was that the night before her wedding, in her dream, she saw herself putting makeup and getting ready. And a thought came to her, but why am I even getting ready? He's not going to be there. That came in her dream. And then as we went deeper, we found out that as a child, she had been abandoned by her father, and she had a belief in her subconscious that a man will abandon me, a man abandon me. Because of that belief, it just became a reality. When we worked, she worked on this on herself. We did some sessions. She worked with the subconscious mind. And today she's actually married to the same person. And she has a child with him. So a lot of our misery has been created by us. This is in short. And let that sink in. Okay. There's another example I want to share. And now here I'm going to go deeper. Like some beliefs we have created on our own. Like I told you about this client. Her experience of a man abandoning her happened in her own childhood. And that was how belief was formed, right? But there are people for whom the belief was not formed by them. It was formed by their ancestor. Through the DNA, they got the belief. For example, and now I'm going to tell you about this other client. So this client, she's about 60 years old. And she came to me because she had tried everything. And nothing was helping her. And what was the problem? Her problem was that her body used to react very quickly to a little bit of stress. Just a little stress and her body would go into flight or fight mode, absolutely tensed up, so tensed up that it started reacting to a lot of food. She had to be very careful what she ate, and she had to take bed rest for several days. Um, and she had been really struggling with her body. Her body was not cooperating with her. How much ever she did affirmations, she tried meditation, she tried a lot of things, but she was not able to feel safe and calm. And when we started doing the session, slowly we found out that she actually was having roots from Russia, okay? And her grandparents were in the war between Russia and Germany. And now, because of the war, imagine they have bombing everywhere. They are always in the fear of their life, correct? And they are hiding and they don't know what's going to happen. So, if that happens, what will happen to your adrenals? You are absolutely stressed out. So that stress, it went into their DNA and got passed on to this lady. And this is her grandparent, okay? So now this lady is so stressed, she cannot live her life. She came when she's 60. I said, how did you survive till 60? So difficult. If you hear, I'm not giving you more details because they're not easy to hear. And then we started working with the subconscious mind, and the belief came up. I'm not safe. And the belief came up, people will betray me. She was so scared. And actually, people had betrayed her because your subconscious creates your life. So we worked on the subconscious. And I actually asked her, how is she doing now? And I want to show you. Now, this lady, she was so scared. If she's even stepping out of the home, she used to check for hospitals around where she's going, just to be careful. She was so careful with her body because it was so fragile. And I just want to show you, she wrote to me, I can tell you that I'm not afraid to explore something which I didn't do before, to experiment anything really. I do feel that kind of letting me extend my strongest side and leave fear behind. My mind is much stronger. Physically, she cannot say she's exhausted. Why? Because she's moving her house, which is a huge step. But she sees the shift and she has already started feeling uplifted. And then she's talking about her moving. But you see, this is a new phase in her life in so many ways. And her goal when she came to me was, I know life is beautiful. I want to experience that beauty. Okay, so we carry not only childhood trauma, but also trauma from our ancestors, and we create our inner world and project it to our outer world. Okay. And I have worked with women from different countries, and what I have noticed is a common theme. And now I'm going to talk about patriarchy. Think about the women who came before you in your ancestry and put in the chat some of the struggles that they have faced. What do you remember? Dominated by men and in-laws, absolutely. Powerless. Yeah, some of them maybe, if you have no financial independence, absolutely. They were not heard, couldn't speak up, absolutely. Not educated, yeah, and somewhere that resulted in not having financial independence. Yeah, no freedom of speech, education, could not work, so basically no freedom. Yeah. Absolutely. So if you were to just in one word explain what their life was, somewhere they were victims. And this victimhood gets transferred. And so many of us today actually experience these kind of issues. And somewhere our subconscious has created it for us. So many of my clients actually come with this subconscious belief that we are victims of men. And that just keeps playing out in their real life. When we work on our beliefs, we benefit not only us, but our past generations and the future generations. Okay. The good thing is that this is a time on earth that there's a special Shakti awakening on earth. And this is the time when we can really come into our power. And not just the power to procreate or give birth to children, but with the immutable force to nourish nature and heal. And this is one of my gurus, Mother Maya. Okay. So this is when we are going to go into our meditation. Do we have any questions right now? I can take one or two questions, and then we are going to do our meditation. Give me a yes in the chat if this is resonating with you guys. Are you learning something new? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So any questions right now? Awesome. Thank you. Nice to see all of you. Pallavi, Priya, Mitul, Bhavika, Suma, Joanne, Soumya, Deepa, and all the others as well. It's so nice to have this community here. Okay, so let's do the meditation, and maybe then, is this easy to follow? Okay, what does that mean? What does that question mean? Do you want to speak about it? Okay, maybe later we can talk about it. I got someone asked me, is this easy to follow? So we can come to this later. Do you want to talk about it right now? Okay, we'll do it later. Okay. So for the meditation, what I need you to do is think of someone you are angry with. Okay? Just think of someone you are angry with. That's it. And then sit straight with your back straight and close your eyes. Okay? So you can have your hands in your lap. Your feet might be touching the floor. Now ask yourself, am I safe? And wait for the answer. Now take a deep breath and notice the smell of air around you. Now think of the person you are angry with. Notice where in your body do you feel the emotion. You'll feel it somewhere. There will be a change in your body. Give it a color. Give that emotion a color in your body. And ask yourself, how is holding anger against this person serving me? What benefit am I deriving by holding on to this grudge? The answer will come. Trust the first thing that comes to you. Now ask yourself, am I safe? Ask yourself, am I ready to release the grudge against this person? If yes, see the color draining out of your feet into Mother Earth and see it go to the core of the earth where it burns in the magma. And once you have drained out all that color and burnt it, see Mother Earth come up and give you a big hug. Feel yourself being completely supported and loved unconditionally by her. Feel her warmth around you. Now, thank yourself for doing the practice. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay. How was it for you? Can you put in the chat? Love the meditation. Thank you, Jaya. Very helpful, easy to do, Joanne. Felt good, lighter than before, Soumya. Relief, Mithul. Yeah. Was there anyone who was not ready to release the color? Saw the color red disappear. Absolutely. And how do you feel now? How do you feel once you've drained that color out? Do you notice any shift in your body? You felt very light and you feel good. Thank you. Thanks, Suma. Emily, I was not sure if I was ready to let the color go, but I wanted to be ready. Nice. Emily. So maybe you can put in the chat, Emily, did you still release it or you held on to it? Deepika felt good, Mithul calm. Beautiful. So let me summarize what we learned today. And some of you will find that you are not ready to leave, which is perfectly normal. And why we are not ready to leave is because somewhere holding on to that anger is keeping us safe. If we release that anger, we might just go back and connect with that person and get hurt again. We don't want that. So that's when we do deeper work to tell our subconscious that we are safe. Even when we release the anger, we are safe. And that's when you're able to release it. Okay, Emily liked that okay, you let it go and you like the feeling of Mother Earth holding you. Nice. And Deepa says, release of attachment from the person. Yes. Great, guys. I love how active you are and engaged you are. And the more engaged you are, the more you'll get out of this. So in short, I'm summarizing now. There are 4 hidden triggers of anger: bodily discomfort, rajasic food, social media, and subconscious sabotage. Consciously, we want to live a great life, joyful, happy, with ease and love. But subconsciously, what is our belief? That really creates our reality. That's the real work to be done. Okay. So now is the time for Q&A. Let's stop the share. Yeah. Anyone wants to ask any questions? I was just thinking, I can stop the recording now so that you guys have privacy. And I can always start it later. Let me just see how. Okay, for some reason, I'm not able to pause the recording for some reason. That is very surprising. It's okay. Sorry, I can't pause the recording. Yeah.
Maybe you did put it on pause. It is
I'm
on.
sorry.
So you
Is
are
it on
okay.
pause?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, great.
See that blinking thing?
Oh, no, I don't think it's on pause. I think it's still recording. Otherwise, it shows a pause next to it. Doesn't matter. Then maybe you guys can put it in the chat. I was just wondering, how does one stop the pattern of anger towards someone? So thank you for asking that question. There is a reason that anger is coming up again and again. Okay. And that is a deeper reason. So when we are with our family members, they actually, our interactions with them, they hit a soft point within us. And then we get triggered. So if something is coming up again and again, that trauma that you have inside, it wants to be healed. It's continuously telling you, heal me, heal me. So if you want to really stop this pattern, you need to go inside and see what is that trauma? What is that soft spot that is being touched every time when you interact with this person? And you need to work with that. Okay? Do you have any follow-up questions to that? How does that sound? I'm sorry, I'm not able to stop the recording. Otherwise, you could have just shared. I can cut off this section, so you can still share. When I share it with the other registrants, I will just delete this part. So don't worry, okay? If you guys want to just speak up, you can. I feel like I know where the landmines are, but I still fall in the trap. Absolutely. If you know where the landmines are, then we need to go and diffuse the landmines. Have you diffused them? That is the question.
Anumeha,
Yeah.
you can use the keyboard and say Alt P. It will pause the recording.
Oh, awesome. Alt and
P as in
P.
pause. Mm.
Oh, okay.
And when you want to record again, you can press the same button again, Alt P.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, now I understood. There are two Anumeha Guptas on this call,
Yes, yes.
right? And for
Yeah,
some reason,
yeah.
okay. Now I understood. The other Anumeha Gupta is
Your
the,
phone. Is that your
okay, okay. That's fine. I will just reclaim my host. Now I know what happened. That's great. Okay. Any other questions? Let's see. Now I can pause it. Zoom recording. Okay. So what is my goal for women? Really to be like this woman. I thought about this woman and I said, yes, this is what I want, We are the powerhouse. We want to be free and light. Imagine if you didn't have all this baggage on you, all these expectations, this weight, how you would be. That's the goal. Okay. And we can do it. Let me tell you, it is very much doable to work with our past, resolve it, so we can really enjoy the present. Okay. So I believe that when women thrive, the whole family thrives. The woman sets the energy for the house. We are Shakti. Okay. So when I work with my clients one-on-one, basically it's 75 minutes sessions, and I work in packages because this is deep work. We are really going deep to see what is the cause. Did it start in this lifetime? Did it start in your ancestors' lifetime? So we are doing very deep work. And what happens is when you start doing this inner work, you start releasing old hurts, start feeling lighter and joyful. And like you saw one client, she started feeling more confident in her capability to live and enjoy life. You own your power, your state of well-being, your health improves, your relationships improve. You start radiating beauty. And the best part is when we work with our subconscious mind, we benefit past 7 generations and future 7 generations. Imagine, is there any investment like that better than this? Okay. This is one of my clients' husband wrote for her that she has integrated spiritual teachings into her daily life to become calm and kind, particularly in her interactions with our daughter. She has become less anxious about her past, including revisiting places and reconnecting with family members. And this is a lady, when she came, she could not even smile. She was so sad, so sad. And she had cut off all her relationships. She had cut off from all of them and isolated herself. So this was a huge change, and her husband felt compelled to write for her. Okay. So my question always to my clients is, when was the last time you were truly happy? And it can stop with you. So if anyone wants to work with me, I always set up a complimentary clarity call with them, just to see if we are a good fit. What happens in the clarity call, I want to share with you is basically if you set a time with me, I have a calendar, and you come for the call, I don't give any advice because this information is not enough for me to give any advice. But we listen to your challenges. We listen to what is the pattern that's coming up for you. Where are you stuck? And then we create a vision, like what is your vision for yourself? What is your dream? And then I will offer my professional opinion on what does the roadmap look like to reach your vision. What would it take for you to reach there? Okay. And then we discuss all the other details and your questions, any questions you would have. Okay. So this is how I like to work with my clients. And the goal is to see if we are a good fit to work together. And if anywhere I feel I am not a good fit for you, I recommend other people who can help you. Okay. So I can put the link right now because I take limited clients. This work needs a lot of energy from my side as well. So I don't overbook myself. I don't want to burn out. So I take limited clients so I can give them full of attention. So I have opened up some timings for clarity calls in the coming week. And I want you to know there's no obligation to work with me. Even if we don't work together, it is absolutely fine. There is no pressure. Okay. Let me put it in the chat. So that is my link. If you like, I can give you a few minutes if anyone wants to book. Till then, I can answer the other questions which I just saw. Okay. Is there a regular practice we can do to manage this anger? So if you want to prevent getting angry, you can journal every morning. That helps a lot. Every morning, write 3 pages of journaling. And that will help you release a lot of your anger in your writing. And in the end, just destroy the book. Don't save it. Okay. So that's something you can do daily. The other thing is, when you are feeling very angry, you say, I'm angry. Say it with your mouth loudly, I am angry. That will reduce the charge from the anger. Okay. Next is how to respond to patriarchal beliefs. The thing is, because they are in your subconscious, it is hard to access them. Traditionally, we have used affirmations, we have used meditation to access them. Now, we have these new things like hypnotherapy. You also have theta healing. I have experienced the real benefits of theta healing. That's why I became a theta healing practitioner. That really helps go in, and even in one session, we can change beliefs. It's very powerful and at the same time, simple way of doing it. When I get angered, I breathe and look straight into the eyes of the aggressor. This seems to work well. Okay, thank you for sharing, Jaya. That's great. Yeah, I would also invite you to think about why you get angry, because somewhere we want to reach a stage where it doesn't even anger you. Why do you want to hold that anger, you know? So maybe that can be your next goal. Okay, thanks, Emily. Thanks, Teja. And then Deepa. For me to understand that fear was holding me back and triggering other emotions, especially anger, was a game changer. Yeah, thanks for sharing. So many of our emotions, the violent emotions, or very, like you can say, heightened emotions, are somewhere having fear as the underlying reason. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so what I have done is, thanks so much. Yes, thank you, Pallavi. Yeah. So I know we are almost at time now. So this was great. I have a few more minutes. If anyone has any other questions to ask, I will be stopping the recording.